Hi, I'm Noor Murad and this is how I host. Today I'm making recipes from my cookbook, Lukma. The sun is deciding to show up this week, so I'm going to be leading with vegetables, really lovely and fresh and light, having some friends over for lunch. So when I think about planning a menu, I think about the time of year, what's in season. I also think about who's coming. Everyone's quite different. So you kind of have to just know your audience and know who you're cooking for, and then you can kind of take it from there. Middle Eastern people love to feed. We're quite generous in the way that we serve food. A table that looks full and abundant is my style. I'm just pan frying these tomatoes. I want them to soften and take on a bit of color, but I don't want them to completely fall apart. Tomatoes are already very sweet, but cooking them in a bit of olive oil and maple syrup really brings that out, and it's just so lovely. I think the first thing that people notice when they come into my flat is the kitchen. It's quite quirky, you know, it's not like perfect, but there's lovely like pantry and labeled jars everywhere. My favorite thing about having people over is just the togetherness of it all. Enjoying food, relaxing. I mean, that's the whole point of hosting, isn't it? I think I always lead with Middle Eastern flavors. It's just what my go-to, it's my instinct, it's the way that I cook. So I think because I grew up in Bahrain, I grew up in the Middle East, I didn't move here till my late 20s. So it's just, that is my style in every single way. I've got these sauteed pine nuts that I kind of cooked until they were nice and golden with some garlic and oregano, and then some za'atar that I stirred in at the end. And then I just sprinkle it with some extra za'atar because I just love how like lovely and herbaceous it is. I always kind of drizzle it with a bit of olive oil, good quality olive oil as well. These are my pan-fried tomatoes with halloumi and za'atar pine nuts. So I've got these green beans, and then I've made this lovely dressing with grilled lemon, slow-cooked onion, lemon juice, and loads of herbs and maple syrup. Take your time when you plate things and really put love and thought into it. If you have sharing plates, it just encourages conversation. Oh, this is so good, you want more of it? Or does anyone have dibs on that last bite? So when I'm planning a summer menu, I really think about color. This is my opportunity to bring color in as much as possible. For example, these beetroots, they're super earthy and a lovely way to bring, happiness to your table, I guess. I've tossed them in a really simple dressing. It's yogurt, tahini, toasted sesame oil, some lime juice. I'm just going to top them with some charred spring onions. So you've got something really pink, and then you have something lovely and green and charred. Today is like really colorful, very vibrant. I just want it to scream joy in every way, from a bright tablecloth, really colorful cushions. The plates are all kind of mismatched and the plates are quite neutral because I want the food to be loud. Bringing people together via food is just such a lovely way to just celebrate friendships and connection. I hope to create like a very relaxed, calm, welcoming atmosphere. I want people to just walk in and just feel at home, be completely relaxed and feel taken care of. So I've started doing this thing where every time I travel, I buy some plate or crockery or something like that. I really love these bud vases. I think they're a real statement. They're really cute, and you know, at the end of the day, you can give away the flowers for people to take home, which is such a lovely thing. My favorite colors are sunset colors. I really like to introduce that not just in my food, but you can see it in the flowers too. This is my nectarine dish. I've kind of left it to the last thing so the nectarines don't spoil. It's so easy to make that you can just assemble it last thing. So I'm starting off with the dressing. I fried off this ginger and mustard seeds and chili, and then the frying oil I'm going to use as a base of the dressing. So it's got like a bit of spice and heat to it. And I'm going to mix that with some maple syrup and lime juice. My grandfather used to have a house in Lebanon, and I spent a lot of my childhood summers in Lebanon. It's not like Bahrain is a desert, but Lebanon has got this beautiful, fertile land and loads of fresh fruits. So at the end of the meal, they'd always bring like big platters of fresh fruits. And I remember having the stone fruits, especially apricots, which we call mishmish, and just eating it and the juice just kind of like dripping down my chin. That's kind of why I was inspired to do this dish. With this spread, for example, I just thought of like really nice, delicate summery flavors. You have to kind of make sure the flavors really complement each other in a nice way, and that not one dish isn't so overpowering that the rest of the dishes don't have a chance. So you don't want an attention seeker dish. You just want dishes that all want to play together in a nice way. So I'm adding quite a lot of coriander to this dish. I think that like coriander and herbs in general should never really be used as a garnish, and that's quite common in the Middle East. We use herbs quite heavily, especially like cooked herbs, which transform the flavor completely, become like earthier and more intense. But yeah, in this salad I use quite a lot of coriander, but if there's coriander haters out there, they can use parsley or a bit of dill or whatever herbs you really like. Some mint would be lovely. It just really kind of freshens up the salad in a lovely way. I really enjoy hosting in summer because we're spoiled for choice in terms of what we can bring to the table. There's just so many different vegetables to play with, and everyone's just happier during the summer. People kind of kicking back and enjoying each other's company. I also love it when they taste the food and obviously really enjoy it. It's something like that brings me joy to see them really having a lovely time. All right, the food is all ready, the table is set, everything's looking great, and I think I hear the doorbell, so I'm gonna go let my friends in now.